Hello there, my cryptopians, and also hello there, Papa Ron. What's happening, brother?
Rod, I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, today's been a good day. Sunshine here, so I thought I'd wear my spring shirt today. It feels like spring.
I've got a new
64.
feature on my end.
Oh,
I can
yeah,
zero
what?
on just your face and everything else is blurred. So I don't care what you're wearing. You can come shirtless and I'm going to be okay with it.
Well, heck, I think I can just go ahead and just start doing that. Why dress up?
You run around your apartment nude anyway, so it'll just be...
No, no, I never run around nude. That would be too scary, man. It's not Halloween.
Now, I'm playing with all kinds of new features on this end, brother.
Oh, heck, that's good.
Well, we got a couple quick news posts for today.
I like new stuff. Yeah.
International Monetary Fund Chief Lagarde is calling for a crackdown on Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
Now, first of all, it's weird how we've evolved into this world, just like the UN. They want to dominate all countries, and their word is
Law.
law. And now we have this monetary fund. Is it international or Is it International Monetary Fund? I think it is.
I don't know. Let me look it up.
IMF. But we've evolved into where, they think that they can call the shots for every country on financial matters too. But the comment she made, Rod,
Yeah.
is she said that cryptocurrency like Bitcoin has the power to,
Yep. International Monetary Fund.
thought it was,
Yeah. Well, you thought right.
my land. It's only two sentences and I can't even find it.
You're funny.
Well, I wanted to read the exact quote, but basically it was that there could be the potential of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies affecting the entire global financial market.
Oh.
And even if it did, all it would do is put her job at jeopardy, this International Monetary Fund, and all the crooked crap that goes on with the banking system now. We just don't have central banks here in the U.S. There's central banks across the whole world that
Yep.
kind of regulate and have this monopoly. And so, yeah, that's what they're worried about. They're worried about disrupting all that stuff. So just when they make comments like this, it's just like, man, I am so pro blockchain and Bitcoin technology. Just wipe them off the face of the earth, man. Let us do our own thing.
That's right.
You
We
bet
have to
they're
control
worried.
the freaking thing, man.
They ought to be worried. They really should. So I hope it heads
Yeah.
that way anyway.
I don't like any centralized thing anyway.
Well, and that's what's so cool about blockchain and crypto is it's brought this awareness to people like, hey, those of us that have been studying this stuff for years realize the sad predicament we're in. But it's really caused an awakening within people that, man, things aren't right. They're not square. And we've been duped forever with this stuff. And we've fallen into the trap. Everybody has.
Yeah, we're just so complacent.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Most people, as long as they have their new car in the driveway and 2 weeks vacation, and they can watch Dancing with the Stars, they're happy. Or some stupid football game. I am so anti-sports too. You know that, Rod. I can't watch any of that stuff, man. It just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. And I know most of you are probably big sports things, but these big crybabies, they fall down and they're making millions of dollars and they scuff their knee up and they got to be carried off the, just, I was on a construction crew for a while. You know, we'd have a guy, he'd cut his thumb off, but he'd still finish the day out. You know, I mean, that's the difference. These big crybabies that make all this money, and let's move on. Sorry. My wife, she used to have these, and Rod's big on this too, and I'm not complaining about it, but she used to have these parties at our house for the Super Bowl game.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, she'd have me get all the hors d'oeuvres and all the food, and that was great. But man, these people get all excited about this stuff, you know. Just to see what some people can do with a ball on the court or on the field, and it's just a ball. Sorry, Rod.
I know. No, that's fine. You know, that
teach his own, huh?
Yeah, that's right. And I'm getting, well, the things that are happening in the football and baseball and all the sports things, I'm just getting tired of it too. It's too dadgum political.
Political and too much money, and it's just everything about it. Yeah, anyway,
it's worth that much.
Let's move on, folks.
Yeah.
Give Rod a break. Hey, now we know how big South Korea.
Me and my sister.
Yeah, she's passed away, so I can pick on her now. But when she was around putting those TV games together, you know, I would no way say anything because I'd have to keep the peace.
That's right.
Betcha. If I wanted to get any smooching in, I sided with her. You bet I
did. That's the only way she could keep you rounded up, man. She had to crack a mean whip, man.
South Korea, Japan, the U.S. We're the top 3 countries in crypto.
That's right.
And now the South Korean internet giant, and I guess they're similar to Google over there and Facebook. I mean, they're trying to take Bitcoin mainstream.
Oh,
well, and it wasn't too far back, Rod, that we announced that their big they have a big online thing too, like Amazon. That they started taking Bitcoin and crypto too. And so, you know, more power to them. I mean, obviously they see the potential in this, and they're just like Japan. They're working it. I know there have been some negative articles recently about they wanted to get a few things more into control. I think it was ICOs and some of the exchanges, but they're really pro Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And again, you wonder why Bitcoin, because there's so much, you know, they have hard time scaling up. They're slow, and I know they're working on that stuff, and the fees are high, but still, it's the name recognition, Rod.
Yes, it is.
You know, it's just like, well, I don't know, there's probably several examples, but it's a trendy thing. It carries the name behind it. When you say Bitcoin or you say cryptocurrency, I think there's 2 different images that come to the average person on the street.
Yeah.
Bitcoin they've heard of.
Yes.
You know, cryptocurrency, it's yes, but so it's the same. So if you start pushing like Litecoin, I mean, yeah, it's getting out there, but Bitcoin is still the name recognized everywhere as far as this is concerned.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right, and I find it very interesting that they're going to be using like they started this mainly because after the adoption of Sedgwick, you know, they wanted to start using this mainly mainstream. And you know what's interesting about Japan and Korea and these guys are jumping in this cryptocurrency or Bitcoin with both feet. Man, they ain't stopping. You know that. Yeah. They're.
I know. We just shared an article yesterday or the day before that 46% of all millennials in South Korea are involved with Bitcoin, crypto.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're trying to catch up to the senior citizen side. The senior citizens have been in it. It's the millennials that are trying to catch up, which is just the opposite here in our country.
Yeah, I know.
Here it's all the tech millennials that are on top of this, and it's us seniors that are saying, "Do what?" So, yeah.
Yeah, I know us seniors, man, we're just really hard to move. We're all stuck in our ways, man. Hey, I got my pension, I got my 401k and my IRA that I'm drawing on. I'm sitting okay.
Yeah.
I don't need anything else, and I'm going. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's good.
Wait till those pensions dry up, because a lot of them are suffering now. Even the big trucking. I read articles all the time about this pension fiasco. And it's catching up to all these counties, cities, and states where they can't afford this stuff anymore. Too much money to keep them all going. There's so many retired people making... They're not just making minimum wage. These people are making serious money on these pensions.
I know they are.
Anyway, don't get me started on another one now.
Well, I think anything we talk about, you can get you started.
You know, and I better clear my name here. Folks, really, I'm a lovable, I love all people. I'm pretty understanding. I really do believe to each his own. I've taught my kids that, hey, everybody's got their own opinion and let them run with it. Yeah. Even though it frustrates the HE double toothpicks out of me, they can still do their own thing. Well,
let's face it, Ron, you have your own opinion, and you express it a lot because you can hear.
I guess. There's only one opinion that matters to me, huh?
That's it. Yeah, that's true. Everybody else is wrong.
Well, they're not right. They just...
well, I know. I thought that was sign they used to have over the top of the boss's desk. You know, it says there's two ways. Your way, my way, and how is it? How's that go? Yeah, I totally forgot how it went.
All right, folks, I'll bleep that out when I get editing.
Oh my hell!
Well, let's get to the thrust of this video, and that's about Litecoin.
Oh yeah.
And we've been hearing these rumors, and generally when a rumor starts, it's generally not a rumor. They're just letting the people know subtly that Gemini, probably the second biggest exchange in the U.S., is taking on Litecoin and probably Bitcoin Cash. Similar to those in Coinbase. And that's...
I remember what that sign says now.
Okay, what?
I knew I would. That sign says there's two ways to do things. The right way and my way.
The right way and my way.
Yeah.
Well, I have patience for others. They just haven't seen and read all the stuff I read, or they'd have the same opinion as me. It takes time. I get it.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Listen, this article had some interesting things to say about this Litecoin going on to Gemini, and I thought it was worth mentioning, Rod. There's two options this article says could happen from this, both of them kind of on a positive note. One is that this CBOE, which stands for...
CBOE.
It's the Chicago Board Options Exchange. I had to look that up. So it's the Options Exchange. It's the biggest one in the country. They're headquartered out of Chicago. And they're the ones where the futures come out. This is where people place those futures. Man, we started this with Bitcoin a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And they can bet and hedge their bet whether Bitcoin's going to go up or down. And the last 2 months, interesting enough, has been down, probably where most of their bets have been. Mm-hmm. So this is one thing I kind of wanted to mention on this, Rod, is that, and now the Winklevoss twins they're the ones that started Gemini.
Yes.
And they got a pile of Bitcoin. They've made a lot of money prior to getting into Gemini. But interesting enough, they've made some kind of arrangement to where the official price for these futures contracts are hinged from Gemini. They're the ones that supply them the prices.
Oh, wow.
And now they're taking on Litecoin, and there's a tie there now between this options exchange and Gemini. And now they're probably, the word is they're probably, well, that's one scenario. I don't want to say the word is, but one scenario is they could now put Litecoin into futures contracts. Now think about that, folks. It seems like everything in our country and probably around the, well, I don't want to say around the world, but in our country, a lot of things are manipulated. And I believe the stock markets are. Both the NASDAQ and the, help me out, Rod. What's the main stock exchange?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't even deal with stock.
I think there's manipulation there. I think they can control prices up and down. It's just not a... but anyway.
Dow Jones.
Dow Jones, thank you. And I knew that. It just slipped my mind.
Yeah, same here. I had to think about it.
You're rubbing
Today,
off on
I don't know. I've been doing that. I've been doing that all day. I keep pausing, trying to think of what I'm thinking about.
So now if they start dinking around with Litecoin too, and if there is control within these futures contracts, with on the other end, we know there is. So chances are with crypto there is also. And now if we get, and which gets me wondering about why the Winklevoss twins are, you know, they've gone to the SEC a couple times trying to get programs that they can run with crypto on the futures and all that. So obviously they think that this is going to stabilize it more, and it will. It'll stabilize it more and bring it more mainstream because it's rigged.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So
that's just what I was thinking.
Right. So here you got these guys. So you wonder where their hearts really are. I mean, is it on the decentralization and changing to a new financial structure and exchange of value, or is it on let's make as much dang money as we can make? And I want to side with the latter, probably. So this might be a possibility with this Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash taking on to Gemini. The other option is if it doesn't go to the futures, if that doesn't happen, this is still going to be a boost for Litecoin. More exposure, more people having access. So either way, whether it goes into the futures and they're going to play the games with it, or it just gets on Gemini and more accessibility to the people, it's going to raise the price, I believe, of Litecoin. It's a healthy thing for it. Not the first one, but it'll be good. So those holding Litecoin, this could be a real good deal for you.
That's just another feather in the cap because, you know, with everything they're doing, I mean, they're really making it easy to use Litecoin, and you know, I don't know. It's going to help it quite a bit. And it could be that maybe the Twinklevoss boys, or whatever their names are. Sorry. Sorry, guys.
I like it. Those guys, I like it a lot.
Maybe those old boys just want to be number one over Coinbase.
Yeah. But, you know, any of these people that get big money and they just have this facade like, hey, we're smarter than everybody and we know what you should be doing, and I don't know. Anyway, so folks, we're going to put the articles down in the description box. They're kind of short articles. If you want to read them, that'd be great. Other than that, that's all we got, Rod.
That's all we got? Oh, well, that's good. Well, be sure to give us a thumbs up, and because we like those thumbs up. We like your comments. We do read them. I mean, I comment on all of them, but we'll get around to it. God bless.